What's happening, USKMA? Will Schneider, Kentucky. Heading over to HQ. Going to meet with my membership director briefly, and then heading over to Hamburg for their weekly staff meeting. I'm going to get involved a little bit this week, and then we'll do a run today too. So going to be fun. Maybe get on the floor later. We'll see. But going to be fun. So I want to do a quick thing on my opinion on so-called contracts. Okay, dirty word in the industry, right? We all call it agreements or memberships. Memberships is a more technical word for it now. So it used to be in the old days, contracts, to use an old EFC term, was gold paper, right? You know, if you get a good contract and a good client, heck, I think back in the day, people were even making some students do like credit checks and crap in order to sign up, because I think what was happening is dojos were selling the paper to companies for pennies on the dollar, 50 cents on the dollar, and getting a lot of cash and of course a lot of capital. You can expand a lot quicker, right? That's the idea. If you really got, your ducks in a row. Obviously that could fall on your face really quickly too, can't it? So here's my opinion on contracts. I know a lot of people have a tier pricing model, meaning like the more, quote, commitment you make, the lower the price is. To me, it's an outdated model in my humble opinion, because people don't keep commitments anymore, right? If it'd been the old days where people did, and you sign someone to a one-year membership, and hell or high water, they're going to stay there, or else you're going to take them to collection agency or before Google and Yelp reviews and all that stuff, then yeah, you could about print that, and you can take that literally to the bank. I do know there's a couple of values of doing long-term and quote contracts. People say, well, I added so much contract balance, or so much cash flow should come into my receivables. You definitely want a strong billing check. I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is watch out for how much weight you put into, your contracts. The only reason to offer a long contract is if you're asking for a paid in full, right? Because I remember years ago, I had some smart people that were financial people. They said, hey, can we do a 5-year membership in your dojo? I said, sure. I was so excited. I said, sure. And they said, and it's still, what, a 90-day notice or whatever back then? I said, sure. Well, guess what? I locked in their payment the entire time. So whenever I raise my prices, which you all should be doing, right now we're around $150 a month. When I started raising my prices, I couldn't really raise theirs because they were under membership contract for that. So while it worked in their favor, it didn't always work in my favor, right? So again, my thoughts are, to me, you really have about 2 or 3 price options. Number one is you're going to pay us in full for some kind of length of time. It's 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever, right? Option, or 3 years, whatever. Or lifetime, right? I know guys doing lifetime memberships. Option 2 is you make payments, whatever that is. It could be weekly, it could be bi-weekly, it could be, it could be monthly, right? Most of us are doing monthly. The cool thing about doing weekly though, is there's 4.3 weeks in a month, so you actually get paid for 4 more weeks in a year. If you did monthly, well, that's 12 payments of whatever. If you did weekly, well, that's, more than 12 and gives you a lot more than that. So that's an option. And then the third option is just to break it up. Maybe you do like a quick pay option where half is due today, the other half is drafted from your account in 30 days. So that'd be maybe 3 options. But again, my opinion on contract, let's talk about that now. Make sure, and we're all doing memberships, right? Sorry, I got a buddy of mine buzzing in. We're all doing memberships, right? And we should be. Make sure you have an easy cancellation clause. Again, back in 2007, before 2010, when social media and Yelp and Google weren't such a big thing, I'll call you back, dude. When it wasn't such a big thing, yeah, guys, and including some of our competitors, we're not going to name their name, but they wear green colors, were signing people up to like 3-year memberships, like literally a 7-year-old, to black belt training program or master's club or whatever they called it back then. They were doing that, and then whenever the kid got bored of it, like kids do, or wanted to move on or whatever, they weren't letting the people out of their membership at all, like no cancellation. Heck, even when I bought my dad's school in 2002, we were still sending people to collections back then for their karate balance. So, and I get if I, had 100 locations or more, and I don't know, even in the PR, that's pretty rough. My opinion nowadays, here's what we do at Team Elite at the 4 locations. If you're doing evening martial arts, it's a 30-day notice. That's it. And guess what? If you turn off your car, stop payment, whatever, cool. We will close the account. So you're not going to train there, with us, but hey, no worries. We're not going to sue you for that one payment. We're not that vindictive. And we're going to make it easy to cancel, because if they want to turn off their debit card or credit card, they're going to do that anyway. Or they're going to dispute the charge, right? You may say, well, I got their stuff. Well, they're going to dispute it, and most of the time it's going to be ruled in their favor, unless you want to argue. And I've done it, and we've won a few to where maybe they stole services from us, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they did take the service, then they tried disputing the charge, and we had to argue that, and sometimes we won. So there's my opinion on memberships. Hope that makes some sense on, quote, contracts. Again, yes, you need to have memberships, of course, okay? You need to have a way of doing it, either, like I say, you're paid in full, or option 2, some kind of payment plan. I like monthly, although weekly is very interesting. The only downside about weekly, though, is what if they don't want to train this week? They're going to be out of town, or you're closed maybe. Maybe it's that last week of the year that most of us are closed. Well, why should I pay for that week? That kind of defeats the argument a little bit. A little hard to argue against that a little bit. And then the third one is some kind of quick pay in between, in my opinion. That's not including your private lessons packages and your upgrades and all. I'm just saying for basic memberships. And then as for cancellations, I recommend a 30-day notice. I mean, that is simple. You get one more payment. That's it. And again, if they want to stop it, cool, let them go. Stop the next one, man. Have your sales on point. Have your lead follow-up on point. Have your referral program on point. Just run such a damn good program to where, you sign them up as quickly as you need to. All right, Hal, if you got any questions, hope this video was of value to you. See you soon.